Welcome to another virtual adult improv show with the LA Connection players. I'm Ken Scode, the founder and owner of the LA Connection. We're celebrating 47 years next year of dishing out fine comedy improv, over 3 years online. Tonight we got a great game we're going to be playing. It's a long-form game. I'll tell you all about that in just a moment. But let's introduce our cast playing with us tonight, starting with Brian.
Hey, everyone. Thanks for being here.
Andrew.
Hey guys, hope you enjoy the show.
Gabriel, it's his first show with us.
Hi everybody, so excited. Let's get it done.
Alex.
Hello everybody. Thank you so much for watching.
James.
Hey, thanks for showing up.
And Maddie.
Hi, thanks for being here.
Okay, you guys all go into the green room. And I'm going to be telling everybody exactly what we're doing here today. It's called Intervention. It's a new show we're going to be airing in January. We're shooting some of the episodes right now. This is episode number 4. The intervention's on a kid named Brian. He's a 25-year-old, and I'm not sure if he lives with his parents or not. That will come out, I guess, in the story. His parents called me. We put out notices in a lot of the trade papers, some of the radio stations. If anybody thinks someone needs to have an intervention, please call our hotline. And parents of Brian called me, James and Maddie, and we're a little bit concerned that Brian tends to make up stories. And they thought it was cute when he was, 3, 4, 5. In fact, they made videos of him, and some ended up even on YouTube. But as he got older, I guess maybe he thought he was getting more successful with these videos or something. I don't know what happened there, but he makes up stories. He makes up stories to everybody, and sometimes he actually doesn't even keep his commitments, his parents say, like, I'll meet you someplace, and has this magnificent story as to why they didn't get together. And also, apparently, he sometimes will borrow stuff from people and not return it, and then there's a magnificent story about that as well. So he's quite a storyteller, and the parents kind of going along with it. They're not enabling it, but they're, no one really hit him hard, to try and tell him. So we decided to get together his partner, his boss, his best friend, and his mom and dad. And the mom and dad told us, our producers, who to reach out to. We reach out to each and every one of them. We're going to start with opening monologues with each one of them. And as the show progresses, I'll let you know what happens next. So first, we're going to go to the father as opening monologue about why we need an intervention of his son, Brian.
Hi, my name is James. I am Brian's father. He is my first and only born, and it's unfortunate that his behavior has led us to this point. I always made my best to instill good morals in my son. The basics: be true to yourself, don't take the easy way out, don't be a failure. And Brian has now completely pulled the wall over all of us. I am shocked and appalled and embarrassed by his behavior. It has tainted our family reputation and our good name, and we definitely, absolutely need to get out in front of this and get through this together as a family. An example of what he did was over the months leading up to my birthday, he told me that Maddie, my wife, would be getting me a 4-liter Mustang, and when my birthday came, no Mustang. No Mustang. No Mustang. If you go up to the garage, you won't see one. And this is just one of many stories that Brian has fabricated and is drawn us out to the point of insanity. So, Brian, I hope this helps.
And now here's Maddie, the mother.
Hello, I'm Maddie. I'm Brian's mother. Like James said, Brian is our first and only child. It's been a whirlwind being Brian's parents for this period of time. He's always been a storyteller. He's always wanted to share exciting facts about his life and make it seem like he lives this life that's a little crazier than it actually is, and it's really taken a toll on our family. We live in a very small town, so everybody really knows everything about us, including the things that aren't true. For example, at one time in kindergarten, Brian borrowed his father's prized baseball cards that he had been collecting for his whole life, and Brian traded them for fireworks. I'm not quite sure how he got fireworks at that age, or how he knew how to set them off, but that was really the beginning. So we're very hopeful, and we love our son, and we just want the best for our baby boy.
And here's Alex, the partner.
Hi, so yeah, Brian is my boyfriend. We've been kind of on and off for about 10 years now. Yeah, we met in high school sweethearts. I think like just more recently I've come, it's been brought to my attention, that he really does have a problem. Like I've always kind of just been drawn to like what people call chaotic energy, but I don't know, I like that. But I think for me, it's like the lying had really just like, it's got to stop. Like at first it was cute, but then like he told me like when we were graduating high school that he had been drafted to play for the Dodgers. And I didn't know what that was at first, but then I found out it was baseball. And I was a little surprised because I think he played like one game in JV like senior year, but apparently that was good enough to play professional. But then I found out he hadn't actually moved, and that apparently we were off. And then more recently, he bought me this beautiful diamond necklace, which, jewelry isn't really my thing, but I fell in love with it until I found out it was actually fake. And that just broke my heart. So he needs help.
And here's Gabrielle, his best friend.
What's going on, guys? I'm Brian's BFFLL, which stands for best freaking friend, literally for life. Let me tell you something. Brian, does he have a problem with making up stories? Yeah, I guess so. But let me tell you something. That kid is magic. Let me tell you something. We were at a bar one time, and he literally got a whole group of people to move over to us because he told them that we were going out partying with Blink 182 later. I mean, who believes that? I didn't even believe it. But shoot, he's something else. Yeah, we met in college at the University of Miami. Let's go, the U. But I do need to say something about Brian, though. He tends to get a little bit too much sometimes with these stories. I mean, a little white lie doesn't hurt anybody, but when you start constructing stories and they just keep on going, you kind of lose track of what's real and what's fake with him. So, as his BFFLL, I think this intervention will do something good for him.
And here's Andrew, his boss.
Hello, I am Andrew, the master electrician of Lightspeed Theater Company. We hired Brian on because he is a storyteller and he works with lights. We needed a lighting designer at that point. But his designs, it was great during Peter, which we did. But his designs sort of kind of took on a life of their own. There's a lot more movement in the lighting than we would like. So we are just hoping that he will be able to go back to his structure, so to speak, structure with the way that things are lit instead of changing it up every show. So I really hope this intervention helps for him.
We're going to go over the house now. We see Maddie and James are there. We have cameras everywhere. We've installed them all throughout the house. We'll be putting on our audio in just a second so we can listen to them talking. Before their son Brian arrives, of course, we'll have the other guests, his partner, his boss, and best friend coming in. We'll be letting everybody know when they're coming into the house. Let's listen in on how they're going to deal with today.
Are you ready?
No, but this needs to happen.
We're doing the right thing. We are good parents. That is the first and foremost important thing, that this is a house of love and approval and acceptance. You know, we both made sacrifices.
Yeah.
I've given up my career as a semi-pro athlete to be a greeter at Walmart, which is great, by the way, which I love.
And we love you for it.
Thank you. Yes, I know. And this, the most important thing is that we're here for Brian.
Exactly. And
Yes.
and he needs us right now more than ever.
Yes, yeah, very much so.
Very good that he has people in his life that care about him and that want to be here with us. You know, worries my motherly heart.
Here comes the partner, Alex.
Hi, sweetie.
Come on in.
It's like basically like my in-laws. Hi.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yes. We think of you as a member of our family.
Absolutely.
I think of you as my on again, off again boyfriend's parents who, works at Walmart but used to play semi-pro ball.
You hear that, sweetie? Isn't it great to be surrounded by people who care about you?
Very much so. And I'm sorry about the necklace. I know that you had an attachment to that, and he got us so excited about that. First steps of many, but I hope that isn't too much of a setback.
No, well, I gave it to some homeless guy that I saw on the street. So if you
Wonderful.
want it, it's probably there.
I'm sure you made his day.
I'm sure you did.
And here comes Gabriel, the best friend.
It's crack-lacking people.
Gabe,
Gabe,
come on in.
hello.
Yes.
Where's Brian?
Welcome.
Here yet?
No, he's
We're
not here.
still waiting for Brian to come through, but we're happy you're here. Thank you for joining us.
Of course. I heard there was free food, so yeah.
Right, honey, you put out your famous 4-bean dip, right?
I did, yes. Please
Oh, good.
help
Wonderful.
yourself.
I love that. Totally
Beans.
doesn't give me indigestion.
No, beans are good at a time like this, of course.
It's
That's
good
what
for
they
my
say.
colon.
Very good for the colon.
Gabriel, what are you doing for work right now?
Something. Yeah. Tell you
Great.
that.
Well, never mind.
Hey, waking up every day is work in itself, Just cruising around, enjoying the sunshine. Life's great. I didn't even, Alex, you and Brian how are y'all doing, by the way? Y'all.
We were off a month ago, but I should say as of a week ago, we're back on. The necklace thing really got to me. Also, he left me at a roller rink, and I had to walk home, and that wasn't cool.
Not cool.
No,
No,
I'm
And
sorry.
here comes the boss,
You should have
Andrew.
called.
no, it was at the other end of town, and he took my phone with him. So.
Oh,
Oh, you're
Oh, what is this
Andrew.
about phones?
Andrew's
Oh.
boss, right?
Yeah. Lightspeed Theater Company. I'm the technical director over there.
Great.
Great,
Great things.
I'm sure Brian's talked to you about the next show that we have, Les Mis.
A favorite.
Yeah, he's a really great storyteller, sometimes too good, We need him to tone it down. He's just the lighting designer. He doesn't need to change things up every show or create stories with the lights.
Is he not playing Jean Valjean?
No, he's running the lights.
How did he get a job? He doesn't have any experience with lighting or sound equipment or theaters in general.
He told me he went to Southern Southern Utah University for lighting design.
He went to
Miami where he met Gabriel.
Oh,
University of Miami, so not the Sun. Another lie.
Oh my, that's something I'm gonna need to talk to him about.
I think so.
Jeez.
Ohio.
Well, that's a job. I mean,
experience
at
at
least
all?
it's a job. I mean, he's been
Yeah,
doing good
it's a
at
job,
Very true.
and he's good at it. It's just we wish he would tone down the storytelling with the
Brian is pulling up in front of the house now.
Okay.
Oh,
You guys act
okay.
natural,
Okay.
and I'll come in afterward. But just act natural before. Let him come in and just greet him like it's normal dinner party. He's coming to the door. He should be coming in any minute now.
Who am I? I'm Jean of Valjean.
Ryan,
For coming to my
Hey.
casting.
wonderful.
You're not though.
Yeah.
You're not.
Andrew's here.
No,
You've
you're
been caught.
the lighting designer. You're my
you're not.
favorite lighting designer, but you're the lighting designer.
No, we talked about I'll do the lights now, and then when the showtime comes, I hit the ground running with the Valjean thing.
Well,
You,
we'll
me,
see
and
what
Terry, the director. All three of you
Brian.
talked about that. Yeah.
Wait.
we'll see what Terry thinks about that.
Brian, remember in freshman year that musical? You played a bush. There weren't enough roles.
It's just because I showed up a day
Sorry.
late or whatever, which I don't believe because I was there on time according to what the posters said. But they gave me what they had available, and you know what? I was the best Bush in that whole entire show.
Remember,
you were
I
a
wrote a
you
whole
were.
solo. I wrote a whole solo. They didn't let me perform it because they thought it was too mature for the Bush. But
remember, son, I raised you to be a star center fielder, not a singer.
Just like your father, always.
star center fielder, star center stager, it's the same thing.
Okay, Larry, go ahead and put me on. Thank you, Larry.
Okay, Brian.
Brian, you probably wonder why I'm here at the house tonight.
Yeah, who the hell are you?
Well, my name's Kent. I'm the host of the new show, Intervention. It's also going to be coming out.
Star center stager right here.
Right. You know, and this is going to be airing next January. This is our 4th episode we've shot. I'm also a licensed therapist. I was dealt with people off camera doing interventions with people who would call into my office, and eventually I was contacted by one of the networks here, and
It's going to be like Dr. Phil.
kind of like that, like going to make a show. And the reason I'm here today is because your parents, Maddie and James, told me some stories about you. That they were very cute stories when you were younger, but apparently you continue to tell stories. And sometimes you make stories that are so outlandish no one believes them. And some people would call that BS. Some people would call it outright lying, delusional. But you also don't sometimes keep your commitments. And apparently you also sometimes say something it is, but it's not, such as the necklace, which we'll get into during the show here. So we just want to kind of talk about that. Promises maybe you've made that you haven't kept, stories you made up because you were supposed to meet somebody somewhere, but you made up the stories because you couldn't meet him. And I'm sorry we have to get you on the show like this, Brian. I know it's kind of hard when everybody feels like they're ganging up on you, but they're all here to help you. They're all here to support you. And we're going to let everybody talk to you for 2 minutes individually, and then you get a 1-minute response from them. No one will get to talk. None of the other people in the room. Just you and them, and then we'll move on to the next phase of it. and I'll get to that with our home audience and yourself when we get there. We're going to start with your father, who's got up to 2 minutes to talk to you, and then you have 1 minute to respond to him.
Well, this is the way things are, Brian. This is where your behavior has led to, and now we have to learn how to deal with our problems. As far as for me, I have just been shocked by that you feel the need to do these kinds of things and behave this way. And don't make faces. This is important. Coming home and telling me that your mother has hit the jackpot big time because she's on a hot streak with her luck, and that in the next couple months, she's going to be buying me my dream car since I gave up my aspirations to go work at Walmart to be able to raise you, and telling her and telling me that she's going to get me that 4-liter Mustang and that it's going to be in the garage, and that every Sunday I'll have the chance to do donuts around the neighbor's house and be able to rev my engine wherever I want to, on the highway, down Main Street, in the parking lot, and giving me that kind of power, real power that I felt in my hands and in my beings, and then having that hole in my heart when I have to go out to that garage every day and look at that piece of shit Hyundai from 2007 and drive myself all the way to Walmart to say, "Welcome to Walmart. How are you doing, ma'am? Welcome to Walmart. How are you doing? Oh, ma'am, your kid cannot take a shit in aisle 7. Oh, great. Now we got to go clean that up." This is reality. Your mother and I have sacrificed. And this kind of behavior, something has got to give about this.
Thank you, James. Just so you know, I also deal with anger management. Let's go now to Brian, who's going to respond. You have up to a minute, Brian.
Well, now, listen, first of all, Mom's lucky streak is still going strong. It's been going 25 years and counting, if I count my age correctly. And now, if I said months when I told you that at first, what I really meant was years to decades. It is still coming. It's still there. The hope is there. Like next week, she's going to go big next week. It's gone. Next week, she's out of here. She's a multimillionaire. And then you'll finally have that 4-liter Mustang. Maybe she'll even upgrade you to a 5-liter Mustang. And also, let's not forget, I always told you, you should be a Target guy, not a Walmart guy. We all know Walmart screws everybody over.
Okay, thank you, Brian. We're going to go down to your mother, Maddie, who has up to 2 minutes to tell you how she feels about your storytelling and lying.
Hi, honey. This is a tough day for everybody. But we all love you and we're here to help you, but there are some things that we need to talk about, okay? Your dad's really upset about the Mustang, okay? Now I know that you wanted him to have it, and that's one thing, but it's not gonna happen, sweetheart. And I appreciate, that you trust my luck and everything, but he's really sacrificed a lot for us, and it's really starting to wear on me a little bit, because even though I've stayed at home and raised you for those 25 beautiful years, and we're still going, we're still learning and growing, it's starting to get to me a little bit. I have to say, your father is he's got some things he needs to work on, like we all do. But I really think that it started, you always like to tell stories, but I think the moment that I really start to become concerned was that when you said that you were going to go after school to be part of the robotics team, and you got caught stealing rats from the local science lab. And that's that's really where this started to irk me a little bit. Now your boss has shared some things with us about your lying, and your lighting. Now I know that you always had this affinity for fireworks, and I thought that was great and creative, but when it comes to theater and people's lives, I am quite concerned, and I hope that that's something that we start to discuss today. And Alex is a nice girl, and nice girls don't deserve fake diamonds. And I hope that you learn something from this, my sweet boy, because we do love you, but you need a little help, honey. Okay.
Thank you, Maddie. That was very positive to hear that. I hope Brian can take that. You have 1 minute now, Brian, to respond to her.
Okay, a lot to talk about in that one. Let's just go really quick. First of all right, let's get the Mustang thing out of the way. Thanks to my connections from U of Miami, where Gabe and I went, I actually know the CEO of Ford Mustang. His name's Jim Farley. Really good guy. So I'm going to call him to get the Mustang for Dad. We'll figure it out. We'll work out a payment plan, whatever it takes. I'm just going to call Jim after this. Really good guy. Second, I want to address the robotics thing because that was a great club. And little did you know that the rats are integral to robotics. Like, I don't know who else knows this, but I discovered that the rat, like, interior system is very similar to how a robot is designed. And a robot cannot function properly without a rat. Like, it's like Ratatouille. Like, Ratatouille, that guy is a really good chef in Ratatouille because he's got a rat controlling his motions. It's the same with robots. Robots are the exact same way as Ratatouille. So we'll get that out of the way. That's why there was rats involved there. I made some really good things. And the fireworks work fantastic in the theater. Like, everybody loves it. You walk out into the lobby, all you hear is, wow, that lighting design was amazing. Because I figured out this revolutionary way to connect the interior lighting system to fireworks. And it works out very, very well. And it's going to be spectacular in Les Mis because that show's about revolution and war. Duh.
Okay. Wow. Not sure what the truth is anymore. But let's find out from your partner, Alex, who you hurt very much by giving her a fake necklace.
Well, hi, baby. We've had a solid week within our past 10 years. Yep. But it's not always been, just sunshine and rainbows. Like, remember prom when you stood me up junior year was because you said you were on Dancing with the Stars, which turns out you were in the audience of Dancing with the Stars, but I sat and watched every episode that season waiting for you to show up, and you never danced. And then senior year, you were on American Idol when you weren't on American Idol because that's my show, American Idol. And, it's just been a history of things like this. Like you said, your dad owned Walmart, which was why I dated you in the first place. Dad doesn't own Walmart. But, it is what it is. But as of lately, the necklace thing really gets to me because, like, if we're going to get married, I need a real ring. And if you're just going to be doing games like that, like, I don't know if I can even be with you. Like, I won't be with someone who lies. And even though my therapist says that I shouldn't even talk to you, I keep coming back. But things just say that they're not true. Like, you're an okay singer, but you say you're the star of Les Mis, and then I find out you're just doing lighting? What am I supposed to think about that? I don't want to be lied to.
Okay, Brian. Well, you have 1 minute to open that one up.
All right. So, yeah, I mean, I didn't lie about being on American Idol or the other one because technically cameras on me for at least a second, and I'm just in the audience, and it's whatever. When I initially signed up for it, they told me I was going to be on stage. When I got there is when they changed it. It was a whole deal. I didn't want to fight with them in the moment, so I just went with it. It's one of those things. I'm really not a confrontation guy. And okay, look, let's talk about this necklace. Okay, I went to Zales. And I was looking for the necklace with the diamond in it because I know that's what you like, or at least that's what you liked 6 years ago. And they said, this is, $1 million. And I was like, well, I don't have $1 million right now. Like, what can we do about this? And they're like, well, listen, we're going to let you in on a little secret. And I was like, oh, great. I love that. And they said, if you go to the Taco Bell on 4th and Broadway, there's going to be a guy there who's going to be able to hook you up with an authentic real diamond necklace for cheaper than you'll ever get here. The employee pulled me aside and told me that. And I was like, okay, I'm going to follow that lead. I went there. I talked to this guy. His name was Mark, and Mark was a very swell guy. He bought me a bean burrito first to warm me up to it, which was great. I love bean burritos. And then we got into the necklace thing, and I was like, okay, I just want to make sure, because like $5 sounds like really cheap for a diamond. But he was like, no, I went through the whole process. I verified it with the National Rock Association. And I said, that sounds great. I love that place. That's my favorite rock association in the entire world, frankly. So, yeah. And then like he had a little certificate that said authentic, and away we went. So it's a real diamond. Mm-hmm. It's got to be a real diamond.
Okay. Thank you, Brian. My producer says we've suspended the minute rule since you really are going a little bit more, but we like your story so much.
There's a lot to unpack. Listen.
We sent a guy out
to my house. There's a lot to unpack with these things. I just got to deal with it.
One of our runners is going over to that Taco Bell right now to actually buy one of those things just to see what it's like and to see if he can authenticate it. Okay. Let's go over to Gabriel, your best friend.
Brian. What can I say?
Buddy.
Oh, I know what I can say. Let's go Miami, baby!
Woo!
Yes. Right. All right. So listen, I didn't even know what was really going on with this whole intervention thing, but I just want to tell you, you are one of the greatest actors and singers in anything that you put your mind to, bro. You're like top dog, and I don't want anybody saying that you're not. But one thing I will say is sometimes you just gotta chill out a little bit. Like, I can forgive the whole Blink 182 thing because, drinks, girls, it was a party. But there's one thing that I do want to talk about that I haven't really brought up with you. Remember that time that me and you went to the club and, it was like, and then, also like, but you said you were going to take me home that night, and I already had like a lot to drink, but then you just kind of said you were going off with the Princess of Norway or something, and I was like, okay, that's fine. So I had to walk 16 blocks drunk off my ass, and 16 blocks when you're drunk kind of feels like 106 blocks, so kind of not cool, man. But anyway, love you, my dude, and we're gonna be BFFLLs for life.
That's right, brother.
Okay, Brian, you can respond to your best friend.
First of all, thank you. You rock. You're the best. You know that. Ride or die right here. I'm gonna be completely honest with you here, which is something that I've been this entire night so far. I totally forgot about that Princess of Norway situation till now, and I am so sorry I made you walk 106 blocks. That is on me. That's my bad. You know that I would never intentionally make you walk 106 blocks. But you got to admit, you saw the Princess of Norway too. She was smoking. There's an opportunity I wasn't going to pass up. But, I'll make sure I'll put in a good word for you with her. So there you go. Hope that makes up for it.
Well, I hope you weren't going out with Alex during this Princess of Norway story.
No, it was one of our off weeks.
Interesting.
Yeah, it was like a 3-on-2.
What was the princess's name, by the way, so we can look that up on Wikipedia?
Oh yeah, it's really hard to say because it's Norwegian, and I am not really the best at pronouncing Norwegian names. So
Didn't you say
yeah,
your name?
it was probably
Well,
like
does
Ingrid or one of those ones.
yeah,
Martha,
Olaf. What about Olaf?
Olaf.
Yeah,
No, that would be
King.
a
That was
prince.
King. That
That's
was
a
King
that's a
Olaf. So
snowman from Frozen. So that's not.
okay,
That's
okay.
not.
Love that movie.
All right. No one Google that, please.
It was Martha, Princess Martha Louise.
Martha.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, Martha Louise. Okay,
But
I'll look.
I say Martha because I'm American, but it's one of those names where it's got like the little the dots or the little UE.
Did you just
like,
look it up on your computer?
No.
You have a little computer in front of you. I've noticed a couple times you've gone down to that computer during the show, and you weren't listening to what people were saying to you. So I'm not exactly. Right. Okay. All right. We will get a shot of that computer and probably ask for it. Okay, let's go to your boss, Andrew.
Love this guy. This guy's the best boss ever.
Well, hey, Brian. We were so glad to have you on board as one of our lighting techs for Peter, and then to promote you to lighting designer for Les Mis. That's great. Now, the thing that we wanted to talk to you about was we do have very specific lighting in mind for this. And once the plot is done, we don't like it to change around a whole lot. And the fireworks that you added for Javert's death scene, I mean,
it's the perfect spot.
Those are not okay. You're not a pyro technical director. You're a lighting designer, and the design can't change every single night. There's just way too much movement happening right now, and we just want you to dial it back and get to, helping to tell the story through the lighting and not telling the story through the lighting, if that makes sense.
Okay, Brian, you want to respond to that?
All right, so I think I figured it out. What I'll do is I make a plot for each night, but so that way we've got the variety of ideas, and we can make sure all the actors are cool with each motion. And so it's like, okay, Saturday night this is what's happening, Sunday night this is what's happening. We'll do it that way. I think that'll be great, and plus that gives me a chance to really be more creative and experiment more. I went to this lighting conference when I was back, not when I was at U Miami, because that was where I got my acting degree. It's when I was going to Southern Utah. I went to this lighting conference, and they really talked about how you're right. It's important for the lights to help tell the story, but they're also I got good ideas about experimenting with something that's never been done before, because that can really make or break a show sometimes. So I think we're gonna fall there. I'm gonna do some more research about the fireworks, because there has got to be a way to put them in, because it is crucial to how we should tell this story.
Okay, thank you, Brian. Now, before we move on to 10 minutes of open time, where everybody's going to have a chance to talk with you for 2 minutes in the conversation with you, that's your Super Mario poster behind you, Brian?
Yes.
Yeah, and you told everybody you invented that game?
I did, yeah.
Yeah, but the game was created in the 80s, and you weren't even born yet.
Okay, well, here's the thing. After I was done at both colleges, we talked about my robotics history. So I took my robotics experience and with the rats and everything, I figured out a way to create a time travel machine.
Right.
And this time travel machine allowed me to go back in time, and I went to Japan, and I bumped into Shigeru Miyamoto on the street, and I said, hey, I've got a great idea for you. And basically laid out the whole plot. I was like, this Italian plumber, he's going to go through the Mushroom Kingdom, blah, 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 blah.
Okay. Well, let me just stop you there. We'll be looking for you to show us that time machine, okay? All right,
Well,
let's move.
the rats kind of the rats kind of figured out how to disassemble it, and I never made a blueprint for it, so I'm still in the process of trying to work with the rats to bring it back. So right now it's kind of out of our hands.
Okay. Well, we'll go over to Japan and get to meet some of the designers and see if they knew you. Okay. Let's go on to your father first. He's got 2 minutes of open time. Remember, now don't lecture now. Just have a conversation with your son about anything other than maybe the car again, some other story or some other event that he told you that didn't happen, and you guys can have a 2-minute conversation starting now.
Well, you learn new things every day, don't you, Brian?
You do. It's the great thing about life.
Yeah. For me, I worked as hard as I possibly could to groom you to be the best center fielder. And now I'm hearing all these stories about theater productions, singing, going on television shows, inventing video games. All of this stuff is nonsense. You are terrible. Dad, when it comes to light and sound. You know that,
remember, right? No. How do you not remember? 7th grade, when I was at North Junior High Elementary, I was playing a game against West Junior High Elementary. They took out my knee, and I've had to have several knee replacements since then. I've got fully metallic knee in here.
Yeah, and it's going to make you more like the Bionic Man so that you can actually succeed and propel yourself into sports.
Oh, shit. I didn't even think about that.
Am I the idea guy here?
God, I mean, you just gave me the greatest idea. Where are my robot rats? I need them because now I need to make a full suit.
Look, no, you don't need a suit. You need to learn how to commit. All right, no more of this job in which you're doing the lights. You are terrible.
I can fully replace my skeleton with robotics and become the greatest football player in history.
All right, that's enough of this 2 minutes.
Okay, I like the second part of that sentence.
Oh, that was the weirdest 2 minutes I've ever seen.
I need like.
Okay, all right. Just stay with us now. Stay with us because your mom. You can work on this right after the show's over.
Forget this, okay?
No, that's okay. Right. Well, forget this. Forget your father right now. Listen to your mother. Have a conversation with her for 2 minutes.
Okay. All right. Make it fast, Mom. I need to remember this idea.
Brian.
Yes.
I mean this with all the love I have in my heart. Honey, what is wrong with you?
Nothing.
I really, I
went to Dr. Larry last year. He told me I'm fine.
Dr. Larry.
Yes, the one down the street we've been going to for 25 years.
I don't believe that he said that you're okay. If you're telling him everything that you're telling us.
Well, should we call him?
I would like to. Okay. All right.
Hey, Dr. Larry. Yeah, it's yeah.
I don't know if he's actually calling Dr. Larry. Can we get a speaker on this or something?
Okay, here, hold on, Dr. Larry. I gotta put you on speaker. Hey, Dr. Larry. Yeah. Hey, guys, how's it going? Great, Dr. Larry. How are you? Okay, I'm here with my mom.
Brian.
Mom, I'm talking to Dr. Larry. All right. You know what, Larry? I'll call you back after this. All right. Just can you send over my medical records? Yep. You got it, dude. All right. Thanks, Dr. Larry. All right. See? We're good.
You might have fooled us with some of these radical rat diamond Miami party boy stories, but that was just not that was you. That wasn't Dr. Larry. I don't know who you think you were talking to,
Dr.
but
Larry.
I don't know if this one isolated intervention is going to get us anywhere, sweetheart.
I'm beginning to agree with you. We're going to move on now to your partner. You get to have a 2-minute conversation with Alex.
Well, a lot of information has come out. Just being here and hearing you gallivanting with princesses, and I'm not.
That happened when we were on a break. It's fine.
Okay. If that's your out, that's your one.
It's the truth.
It's okay. It's okay.
It's just one
means
princess.
that, you know, our relationship might be in jeopardy. So, well, I guess like my ones are all like in the 1970s, like guys that I would be with outside of you. So like, but so it's really great to know that your time travel machine is actually has worked.
Once I put it together, whoever you want, I'll get them.
Okay, so like, okay, so that makes me feel.
I can get you Burt Reynolds.
No, I'll take 70s Harrison Ford. It's okay.
Oh, okay, yeah, I got you there.
But yeah. So that makes me feel a lot better, knowing that, like, you know, you just explaining some of these things, like the necklace makes me feel a little bit better, but you know,
I can go get another one from him if you would like.
That's okay. But I think still, like, I'm trying to focus on our future, and I would really like to know, like, where you are with that, like, because you said you loved me and you want to marry me, but I don't know if that's true because you're giving me stuff. So, like, I don't know. Where are you on that?
Listen, you know, I'm with it. We've been 10 years now since high school. I ain't going anywhere.
Okay.
You're here with me. I'm here with you.
Okay.
All right. Well, that's probably another lie. But, you know,
whoa.
we were able to.
Don't listen to this guy. Don't listen to this fool.
Okay. We were able to get a hold of the guy outside Taco Bell.
Mark. Yeah.
No, his name's Juan. And he is.
There's a Mark.
Well, he calls
maybe
himself
Mark doesn't work there anymore. It's been like 6 years. Okay, Mark isn't there.
Oh, it's 6 years. Well, you should have told me that. I thought you just gave her the thing. That doesn't make it's 6 years. You just gave it to her within the last. Oh, high school. You gave her that.
Yeah.
No, she just recently. She gave it to you within the last week.
Oh, the one from this week.
Yeah, no,
that's the one you're mad at. Okay.
Right. Juan.
Right, that's a different story.
Apparently, he's selling stolen stuff.
You gave me stolen jewelry?
Yeah, it was stolen.
No.
That's why maybe Mark wasn't there. They might have busted him. Most of them don't even have.
Mark was my guy.
Yeah, most of them are.
Dealer for fake jewelry. What else are you lying about?
Wow.
He bought me a burrito.
A burrito.
Well, I mean, my parents are there.
Okay.
You can double check with them for sure.
All right. Well, let's move on. Let's move on to your best friend now.
All right.
I'm sure there's some story you want to talk to about. You have 2 minutes, guys.
Love
2
this
minutes.
Guy. Brad guy.
What's up?
You didn't tell me you're literally freaking Marty McFly, bro.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous. Like, what?
I know. I gotta get the rats back on track here. They took the whole thing apart, dude. I'm telling you, it's made me so angry.
Listen, can you make me a deal?
Yeah.
Okay. Can we like go back and like see the dinosaurs? You know, like some Jurassic Park type stuff or something.
Fuck yeah, dude. We can go back to 1993 and see Jurassic Park in theaters first. Then we can go to the dinosaurs.
Dude, that's awesome.
And then okay, so we'll do that. We'll go to 1975 because I have to get Harrison Ford for Alex, and then we'll go back to the dinosaurs.
No, wait. How about this? And better yet, we can go back right before they start shooting the original Star Wars. You can, Harrison Ford, and then you can become Han Solo.
Yes,
Han Solo, because I know you.
Yes. All right.
One more thing.
Screw Jean Valjean. I'm gonna be Han Solo, baby.
One more thing. Since we're such good friends and all,
yeah,
could you possibly go back to that one night that you said you were gonna, take me home and actually take me.
Absolutely.
Dude,
you got it, dude.
I can't stay mad at you at all, man. You're literally the best.
Well, thank you, guys. I think we know where our next intervention is going to be. I think we're going to now move over to the boss, Andrew. You can have a couple-minute conversation.
Okay, this one makes me nervous.
Brian. So during our, let's say, conversation before, you had brought up where you went to school, and I was really thankful for that. You did say you went to Miami U. However, you also said you went to Southern Utah University for your lighting design degree. I just learned today that you haven't even been to Southern Utah University.
No, I
Like,
haven't.
your parents just told me that as I
Well,
was
okay, no,
walking in
because
the door.
I didn't go physically to Southern Utah University. I did their online lighting design program.
Oh, all right.
Yes.
Well,
This is why they didn't
that
know.
that really doesn't make sense to me because they don't do online theater programs. I'm not aware of
I
anywhere
had
that
to
does.
I had to coerce the dean of admissions a little bit because I was like, I really want to go here for lighting design. I don't live anywhere near the state, so what can we
Uh-huh.
do? And he and I
Uh-huh.
worked out a deal and we figured it out. And he allowed me to go to Southern Utah online, and I just sort of like zoomed in. It was kind of like right before Zoom happened anyway, so it was perfect. And then the pandemic happened, so I went through the
You
pandemic.
told me you had experience hanging lights. How do you hang a light online?
Well, my hanging lights is my dad and I when I was younger, he always had me put in the light bulbs. So I would go and I would rewire the lights up at the top on the ceiling. And I got to take the light bulbs out. And sometimes the fixture was running low, and we would run to Home Depot, and I would be like, "Dad, we have to get this one." He was like, "No, you dumbass, we have to get the other one because the other one is what fits our house, and not this one." And so
Okay, I think we've got a 2-minute thing there. Just let me follow up real quick. Do you screw in a light bulb counterclockwise or clockwise?
the way that goes is this way, that way,
That way.
that way.
Uh-huh.
I don't know the words. I don't know the words for it, but
But
I know
how
how
would
to
you
do
put
it
in
muscle memory.
how would you put in an actual, Lico light or Fresnel light?
Well, those ones I don't have to worry about the bulbs in those ones. Those ones you have to like hang. There's a little clamp on the end. You screw them up. You got to hang your legs like over the catwalk, and then you clip the
Legs,
light on. You hold it in your legs so that it doesn't fall. That way you
Yeah,
don't hurt anybody. And then you screw it in, and then you can adjust it from there.
What if you get your handprints on the light bulb?
Well, the handprint on the light bulb, you got to get whole new light bulbs because that just totally screws the whole thing up. It's gonna ruin it. Yeah.
Okay.
Don't put your fingers on the gels either, because if you put your fingers on the gels, it's totally screwed.
How do you hang the gel up?
Well, the gel just slides in the front. It's just got little clips. You got to make sure you hang the light correctly because there's only 3 clips, right? There's like 2 on the side, 1 on the bottom, straight in the front.
Okay. I'm going to have all you guys go into the other room for our solo camera ending. Okay. Each one of you will get a 1-minute monologue. Tell us how the day went. Go ahead, Dad. Go ahead and go into the other room to get in the camera. Okay. We're going to do a 1-minute monologue for each one in the same order of what we started to see how they felt about the day. Then we'll have Brian come in at the end and say how he felt the day went in his 1-minute monologue. Then I'll come back in and summarize the whole show. So let's take a look at Dad right now.
I guess all I can say at this point is rage, fury, humiliation. These are the things that are crossing through my mind right now when I think about all my son has done and where his life has led to. You do your best for your kids, by your family. You sacrifice, you make compromises, and then you watch it all crash and burn like a beautiful dream of you driving around in a Mustang. I should have worn a condom.
And now here's his mother, Maddie.
Well, how did today go? I'd say bad. Yeah, I'd say really bad. I don't think we got anywhere. That wasn't Dr. Larry that was on the phone. I know that for a fact. I actually just started seeing him because this is getting out of hand. Not a fan of Gabe. I have to say we really have to evaluate that friendship a little bit more if we're gonna get anywhere with this. Alex is a nice girl. I don't know how he bagged her. I really don't. I hope she sticks around. But honestly, if she doesn't want to, I don't really blame her. Andrew, he's a saint. I do have to say, great boss. I just hope my son doesn't kill anybody. while he's playing Jean Valjean in Les Mis. If he's actually doing that, I don't know. I don't know what's true anymore. I'm done.
And here's the partner, Alex.
Well, I was able to get a hold of my therapist, who, he texted me first, and I called. He said to use common sense, which I thought I was doing. Then he said, be smart. Time travel's not real. There is no wedding ring coming. That's a real diamond. That your heart will be broken if you stay with him. So next week we're definitely off. And maybe my therapist, who's single, can squeeze in a date or two, and things will be a lot better.
The best friend, Gabe.
Hey, listen. When I went into this, me and Brian, we're already really good friends, of course, and I was kind of skeptical that he could be, a liar and tends to make up stories. But now that we've had this intervention and I've gotten to hear everything that everybody said, all I can say is that I think they're kind of wrong about him. They're just tripping. Brian, he is literally the coolest person of all time. I can't imagine my life without him. And look, now he's going to help me get rid of the worst moment of my life. And we're going to go be able to see so many different things throughout history. So with that being said, we're no longer best friends. We're best freaking friends, literally, of all time.
And here's the boss, Andrew.
So I had a lot of hope for today. Didn't go as planned. I just got a text from Terry. Apparently, we had a little accident last night that almost injured our Jean Valjean. So that, I don't want to say it's down to Brian, but he did bring in fireworks.
Well, let's listen to Brian now.
Well, yeah, I don't really know what that was about. I mean, everything that we talked about is true. I mean, I don't know. I feel like, though, I'm going to lose my job. So, that sucks. Andrew really seemed a little upset there at the end. I'm not quite sure why. We'll just chalk it up to he was off today. It's his off day. He has those every once in a while. He's got 6 good days a week and one bad day, one off day. But, yeah, I mean, I'm going to go get Dad that Mustang and fix everything else up around here, and had a good time.
Okay, Larry, bring me in. Well, I got to tell you, it's funny, my guy's named Larry too, but my guy's a real guy, but he's not a therapist. And there really is a guy named Larry. We did do some research, found out that Brian never even saw Larry. His mother verified that. He learned Larry's name from his mother and then used that as another lie. I think we've, unfortunately, this show backfired today. I think we've actually enabled him to think he can lie more, especially with his best friend, thinking he can go back in time now. Never found the time machine. Found the guy at Taco Bell. A lot of lies here. I think he should become a writer. I think he should start working in Hollywood and write sensationalized stories, because his imagination's there, but he's got to put it on paper so that he doesn't hurt real people. And that's the way I'm going to close this show. I'm Ken Scobe, and this is Intervention. All right, let's bring the cast back in and let everybody see the players today, with James, who played the dad.
I'm not cut out for parenting, but I think that's okay for improv.
And Alex, the partner.
Every girl out there deserves better than lying Brian, so yeah.
Maddie, the mother.
There's hope out there for mothers, but not mothers of Brian.
Brian, who got the intervention.
My rats just told me they figured out the time machine, so we are good to go.
Andrew, the boss.
Hey, hope you had fun. I know literally nothing about lighting design.
And Gabriel, first show, his best friend forever.
What can I say? What a great first show, everyone. And all I can say is if you put your mind to it, you can accomplish anything.
And we'll see what we can accomplish in 4 weeks with a brand new show. I think I have an idea what it's going to be, but you'll have to come back in 4 weeks to find out. It'll be another long-form game with this cast. So come back and see us in 4 weeks. Okay, we're clear. Good job. Yeah, make sure you're muted. We hear a little squeaky chair there when we're waving bye-bye. But we know who's got the squeaky.